Thank you again for the support, guys. Let's get into this review, chat. The final one of the night before we get into some more Final Fantasy VII Remake. Again, thank you for joining me. Hope you've been having a blast. I have. Exhausted, tired, getting tongue-tied, but we'll get through it. We'll get through it together. So we're on episode 3 of Sonic the Animated Series, chat. Again, very simple titles here. It's simply called Sonic and Sally, referencing Princess Sally, who is the leader of the surviving furry creatures of Mobius who have not been roboticized, not been body modified by Dr. Robot, having their actual limbs severed from their bodies, chat, and replaced with mechanical parts. It's fucked up. It's some body horror in this shit. A lot of body horror in here, by the way. It's like, oh my god. So, chat, we find ourselves deep in one of the cities that Robotnik has taken over on the planet Mobius, you know, putting that crud, as Sonic calls it, up into the upper atmosphere. Just pollution, the ozone layer's been eroded, chat. There's goddamn radioactive storms overhead. It's not looking good, but we're following our principal characters, chat. We got Sonic, we got Princess Sally, and we got the bad bunny girl. Her name is just Bunny. The walrus might be there. I don't even recall if the walrus is there, but we got those 3 characters there, chat. And what there is, they're setting up some bombs. They have these explosive devices, and they're going to put it in one of Robotnik's robot factories to blow the shit out of that, so to prevent more soldiers, more like flesh and steel abominations from being created, chat. I am not joking. I'm not exaggerating. That's what they got to do. They gotta set all these things up. Sally's like, I'm gonna hang back here and activate the bombs once they're all placed. Bunny, you gotta run off and shut the power off so Sonic can slip into this undetected, and they'll eventually power back on because they have emergency generators. But you go ahead and do that, and Sonic will place all the bombs. So, chat, we follow Bunny. We see that she's using her, the fact that she clearly was experimented on by Dr. Robotnik. She escaped and was rescued by the freedom fighters. She uses her mechanical arm, chat, to shut down the power, and then Sonic, because it's a big fucking switch, and maybe because it's mechanical, it needs to be like that kind of like a hand type of thing, it recognizes the mechanical hand, and that's how you pull it down. Anyway, so fucking Sonic, he goes in there, he places all these bombs, and Sally's like, Sonic, you gotta get out of there, like right now, the power's about to come back on, they're gonna be on you in a second. So he sets up all the bombs, chat, and he's got a juice, and he juices right out of there, chat. And Bunny, she takes off, and she goes back to the Woodland headquarters. But Sally, right before she's just about to activate the bombs to blow up the facility, fucking Robotnik's robots, they come upon her, chat, and they capture her. So it's not looking good for Sally. Meanwhile, we're back at the Woodland lair, chat, the Woodland compound, Knothole Grove. And Bunny, she's back there, and they're like, yay, Bunny, you're back! And they're all happy to see her, chat. Obviously went through so much of traumatic experience. They're glad she's here. Glad the operation was a success. Because typically she spends a lot of time at Knothole Grove because she has the PTSD from having her fucking limbs severed from her body, chat. Like she has I think her right arm is gone, and everything from the waist down is gone. It's all mechanical. And then we have fucking Antoine, who is useless. He was useless last episode. He walks up to her because I think she just falls over or something like that. She's just exhausted because she was running for her goddamn life for Robotnik's forces. He helps her up, chat, and her fucking arm just pops off. And one goes, oh! And she's like, oh, that happens occasionally. It's like, this is horrifying. This is not fun. And she tries to put it back on while trying not to cry, chat. Kind of that, that laughing and crying, crazy laughing and crying. And then chat, fucking Sonic, he comes back. And he's like, oh, guys, whew, a successful operation. Everyone's happy. Sonic's there. But he's looking around. He's like, where's Sally? And Bunny's like, oh, well, she wasn't at the rendezvous point. And we know if, hey, if you don't get to the rendezvous point, just go. You just got to get back to base. And he goes, holy shit, she must have been captured. And so he's just about to take off, chat. But the walrus guy, he's like, no, Sonic, you can't listen. You're not powerful enough to go in there alone. We gotta wait for a power ring. And this is weird because we learn about the power rings and how they're made, chat. Apparently they're natural. It's I don't know if this is from the games or not. Please let me know. But it's a natural occurrence in the world of Mobius, and Knothole Grove seems to be at I don't know, like a source of energy in the middle of this lake, chat, that produces the power rings, and then they use those power rings for various operations that they carry out, particularly Sonic, since he's the one that only has these superpowers. And so him, Tails, and the Walrus Man, they're just waiting for one of these power rings to come out of the lake. It's very bizarre. Please let me know if that's kind of from the game. I don't know. It's like, oh, it's established that. I thought they were just kind of like these ancient artifacts they find in the world. And it's like, oh, it's rare to find. It's like, no, the planet Mobius naturally just creates these things. Theme Man, not in the games. Okay, I just want to make sure. Thank you for clarifying. Goodfellas was chosen. Now it'll be a good one. It'll be a good one. Yeah, Batman animated series and Goodfellas was chosen. Again, thank you for your generosity, Don. I threw up Gone with the Wind up there again as well, but Goodfellas was victorious. Yes. Now go get your shine box. Now, chat, we cut back to Sally. She has indeed been captured by Dr. Robotnik, and he's just fucking happy about this whole thing. He's like, we had the leader of the resistance, Princess, as he calls her, and ooh! Don, you were shaking the pillars of heaven tonight, my friend. Oh, may the wings of liberty never lose a goddamn feather. Thank you, Don. Night, Chris. Sorry I missed the poll. I was helping Sammy. Great review. See you later. No problem, Don. No problem at all. Have a great have a great night, you great man. I appreciate it, man. See you in the future. Oh, chat. So, Robotnik, he's just monologuing at Sally, and he's like, yeah, I'm going to definitely roboticize you. Like, I'm just going to go ahead and ask, will you reveal the location of your secret woodland base? She's like, the fuck I will. And he's like, all right, well, we got to go to plan B, I suppose. And he reveals this very, again, this is like this very curvaceous robot that's supposed to be Sally's body. And he's like, we're just going to replace you with that thing. And she's like, what the fuck? He's like, yeah, we're just going to basically rip off your flesh and put it on her, and then she'll just wear you as a flesh suit. Nah, it doesn't want to happen, Jay. It doesn't get that dark. Not that dark, not that dark. But it could have. I wouldn't have been surprised if they actually did that. But he's like, no. We're just going to scan you, and we're going to, like, create the same exact texture and things, your own flesh on this thing, on this robot. And it looks exactly like her. And she's like, well, they'll still won't believe it was me. And it's like, ha, you think that, don't you? And he puts this, like, device on her head and the device on the robot, chat. And they exchange these brainwaves, and then the robot speaks exactly like her, and acts exactly like her, the same cadence and everything. She goes, oh shit, that's just not good. And because this is Robotnik's plan. He's going to use this robot, chat, based on the characteristics and the looks of Princess Sally, to infiltrate Knothole Grove, and it'll reveal its location, and he'll be able to kill all the furry creatures and or roboticize them, perform all sorts of horrific experiments on their furry bodies, chat. And he's going to have fucking Sonic come in there and take the wrong Princess Sally as he continues his experiments on the real Princess Sally. And so he goes ahead, he puts Robo Sally in a little cell. Sonic, Robotnik, so we gotta make this look like legitimate, okay? So we see Sonic, he's coming, set up all the traps and shit. Snively! Set up all the traps, and it's like, make sure we don't kill him. They do happen to kill him, great. I appreciate that, but let's let him get the princess. And so Sonic, he infiltrates the thing. He deactivates all that shit. We get a little funny bit of him basically making a mockery of Robotnik's voice and everything. Very funny. Deactivates the security chat. He fucking takes Sally and they escape her. Robotnik's like, oh, according to fucking plan, baby. Because now he can actually see through Sally, the robot, her eyes, chat. So he's like, I got audio, I got video. We'll be able to find Knothole Grove in an hour. It'll be no problem. Meanwhile, chat, like Sonic, he goes to the check. They go like behind this like dilapidated building. Like, that's all rubble. Sets Sally down. He's like, Sally, are you okay? Is everything all right? She's like, I'm fine, Sonic. And she just goes in there, chat. She just starts sucking on that furry face. Gives him a good old smooch. And Sonic's like, yeah. And then there's, again, chat, many a furry was awakened on this day. I see the influence this show had on many generations. It's very obvious. And so he's fucking happy. He's like, got a juice. And he takes off of Sally, chat. And we're seeing all these things like, Robotnik's like, yeah, next couple minutes we'll see Knothole Grove and everything. But chat, at this very moment, Snively, he's reporting, oh, Dr. Robotnik, we're losing image. Oh, no. And the video stops, chat, stops working. How fucking convenient. Robotnik's like, this is bullshit. What is this? Oh, the video's not working. Fine, whatever. Well, at least we can listen in on what's going on. Listen to their conversation. Maybe we can glean where they actually are in the planet of Mobius. And so, chat, Sonic, he brings Sally back And everyone's like, oh, Princess Sally, yay! She's like, hi, everyone. And Tails is back, chat. He wasn't in the last episode, but he's back here now. He's like, Sally, hi. And Sally's like, how you doing, Tails? And Tails is like, aren't you gonna do the thing? You did the thing? And she's like, oh, yes, the kiss. And she kisses him on the head. She's like, that's not the kiss you usually give. Apparently Sally smooches a whole bunch of people, chat, in this show. Whole bunch of smooches. And he's like, that's not what you do. He's like, oh, sorry. And she kisses both cheeks. He's like, no, you smooched me on my nose. And she goes, oh, yeah, of course. And there you go. And he's like, that was weird. But no one cares. They're just happy that Sally is back, chat. Bunny, she's happy that Sally's back. Walrus Man's happy. Antoine, everyone's having a good time. Sonic, he got a nice little smooch earlier, so he's having a good time. But Tails is like, this is weird. And then later that night, chat, Tails is very much the adopted son of Sally, or she's kind of taken upon herself to be his caretaker. I think Tails lives in her home, and Tails, he's tucked in for bed, and now it's story time. And so Sally, she walks in, she's like, good night, Tails, and she's like, well, Sally, aren't you going to read me my story? And she's like, oh, of course, yes, I'll read the story. She grabs a book, chat, and Tails is like, that's not the book you were reading yesterday, it's that one over there. And she goes, yeah, I'll go grab that book. And she starts reading, again, just fucking up, repeatedly fucking up. He's like, no, you're on chapter 12 at this point. She goes, oh, of course. And I like this, like the original Princess Sally. This is when you can know Sally, she's a good person, chat, because she does all sorts of voices for the characters. But Robo Sally, no voices. She's just like, and the Wicked Witch was doing evil stuff. She's like, but you gotta do the voices like you always do. And she goes, you know what, Tails? Yeah, I'm just feeling really tired. It's late. Why don't you just go to bed and sleep? And he's like, okay. And then she goes off, chat. And then she's just fucking walking around and shit, scanning everything, trying to glean the location of where Knothole Grove is in the world of Mobius. And, you know, Tails, like, looks through his window, and she's scanning shit like a robot. She's like, beeping and bopping and booping chat. He's like, that's weird. That's not Sally. That's bullshit. She's a lie. And then Sally's like, foremost target identified. And she's like, oh! But she doesn't see him, chat. He doesn't see him. The next morning, the bunny, she's complaining that all of our crops are destroyed last night. All of our carrot fields have been burned. And, you know, Tails is out there. He's going, this fucking bitch burned our carrots. And Sonic goes, this is terrible. Who would do something like this? Maybe it was one of Robotnik's things when they got in here. But they're saying, Sonic, if one of Robotnik's robots got in here, then we would be all dead right now. And Sonic goes, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I don't understand. Maybe this is a bad season. I don't know. And then, you know, Bunny, she's like, I think it was Walrus Man or Bunny. She realized, like, that fucking factory, it didn't go off. It didn't explode. And Sonic goes, oh, shit, Sally, what happened? She goes, oh, yeah, when I was captured, they found the bombs. And they go, damn, well, you know what? We'll plan another attack today. Let's go ahead, take out that factory. We can't have them create more Abomination soldiers. And so they're about to all leave, chat. Sally and Bunny and Walrus Man and Sonic. But Tails is like, Sonic, come over here. And Sonic's like, what's up, buddy? And she goes, that bitch is lying. That is not Sally. I don't know what. She didn't smooch me the right way. She didn't read me the book the right way. And I saw her doing some Terminator-esque shit last night, Sonic. That is not her. And Sonic's like, oh, Tails, you just had a nightmare, little buddy. It's okay. And I think Sonic's like an older brother here. He's like, listen, you had a nightmare. When we get back, we can go ahead and talk about it. You might be going through some things right now, Tails. I'll explain everything to you when I get back. And Tails is like, your fucking funeral, you blue idiot. And then he fucking goes off, chat. But Sonic, someone's like, yeah, Sally's a little off, clearly. But they go ahead and they're about to start their operation, chat. But before they can, they're instantly attacked by the Buzzbots. All of Dr. Robotnik's forces, and they hide. Then they're attacked by Robotnik's forces again. Like, everywhere they move, Robotnik's forces just seem to know their location. And then, like, the third time they're about to move, it's like, this is just so bizarre. It's like, Sonic's like trying to hype up the team. It's like, guys, don't worry about it. Robotnik's force, maybe they just got an upgrade or something. We can beat them back, okay? We are fighting for the life of our planet, for our people who have been body modified and turned to abomination. We're gonna save them and avenge those who have died, okay? And he's like, Sally, you're with me? And he's like, he pulls out his fist, chat, because we've seen in the episode, they do have their whole little, they have like a little fist bump thing they do, like a little like go-to fist bump thing. And it's like, it's their little thing, chat. You know, again, just kind of showing the relationship that they have. And Sally's like, yeah. And she just goes regular fist bump. And Sonic's like, yeah, you gotta do that, Sally. And she's like, yeah. And then Sonic, he's like, you aren't Sally. Sonic, Tails was right. Tell you are a lying bitch. And then she's like, fuck it. And she just starts blasting at everybody, chat. She's like, the facade is down, chat. And she starts blasting. And Sonic's like, she's trying to kill us. And eventually, they deactivate Princess Sally, chat. They short circuit her. And they realize, okay, well, she's crazy. Clearly, Robotnik has created a robot Sally. Purple Canary, welcome back to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Just talking about evil robot Sally, my friend. And Sonic finally figured it out. Thank you again for the 30 biddies. Appreciate that. So, Sonic's like, okay, so clearly he has Sally. We got to use this robot to get through all the security systems and things and find her location. So through the robot, they find her location. Sonic's like, okay, you two go out, you escape. I'm going to take this robot and get to where Sally is. Sonic, he infiltrates the facility, chat. He finds Sally. She's just about to be roboticized by Snively on Dr. Robotnik's orders, but I think Robo Sally, she does some weird shit, and she's like, oh, there's a bunch of steam and smoke, and Snively's like, oh, Dr. Robotnik, momentary setback, I have to repair this. And then, Sonic, he rescues the real Sally, and he puts the Robo Sally in the big old tube, the roboticizing tube, chat. And then the operation is done. Sonic and Sally, they get out of there. And then Robotnik is like, oh, okay, so has she all been roboticized? Sally goes, yeah, but she's kind of malfunctioning. And the robot Sally's just like, I'm like double robot now. I'm like 200% robot. And she's just fucking blasting everything, chat. She's like, I don't know what I am anymore. And she's even more of an abomination than she originally was. She's like, who am I? What's my identity? And she just starts destroying him. It's like, if I can't live the life I want to live, everything must die. And so she's blowing everything up, chat. Meanwhile, we come back to Knothole Grove. Sonic brings back Sally, and everyone's like, oh, it's the real Sally. She's like, oh, hi, everyone. I'm so sorry for what happened to Sally. No apologies necessary. We're glad you're back. We're happy to have you. You're our leader, our proud leader. And then, Sally, she goes over to Tails, who's still very sad, and she's like, hi, Tails. I heard what happened. Hey, it's because of you that people realized that wasn't the real Sally, so thank you so much. And she gives him a big old smooch on the nose. She's like, you're the real Sally. And she does the little witch voice in the book. It's like, oh, it's so charming. And Sonic, just kind of being sarcastic ass, goes, I don't know, Tails. I don't think she's the real Sally. And then Sally goes, oh, you think? And she gives Sonic a nice little smooch on the cheek. And Sonic thinks for a second and goes, nah, not Sally. He runs off with Tails. He goes, you son of a bitch. And she chases after him, chat. And that is Sonic the Animated Series, Episode 3, Sonic and Sally. Very straightforward title. Very fun episode. Thought that was a good time. Hope you enjoyed the review, chat. But now,